exact same manner as they do their Stanford class.
Huh.
Okay? And now here is a business model with that, and I was thinking of, nobody's written anything about this here, but I figured it out. These professors, they wrote a textbook on their subject matter, and that textbook, when bought here in the United States, cost $150, which is standard textbook type of material.
Right.
I don't know how much they make on that, but let's say they make $10 per textbook sold. Okay.
Right.
I think it's more, but let's say it's $10. Okay. And the fact is that 100,000 people have signed up for the course already.
And they're probably getting the ebook, aren't they?
No. It's a printed version.
Oh my God!
100,000 times $10. That's
$1 million. Yeah, right.
Okay, they're sharing that between the two professors. That's 500,000 each.
And so this is on the side. Stanford University administration isn't seeing any of this.
That Stanford University administration is not involved, and they just let them do it. It's going to change the formula of higher education, where I can see that professors are going to have to pay the university to be able to teach there.
Because after all, you're paying out of your book's profits.
That's right.
And so universities become a stage that you rent.
That's correct.
The way Madonna goes to a theater.
Right.
And so what I'm trying to see what the threshold is. Tuition is nil in India for this course. And
tuition is nil for this course here in America.
Oh, how funny. If you're not at Stanford, you could take it. I see.
Yeah, well, I signed up for it. I don't know whether I'm going to do it, but I signed up for it. I bought the book, okay, because I really wanted to see how it works. But the fact is that, think about it, if 100,000 people go through with it, let's say we already know that 100,000 people are going through for it. They'll probably have 200,000 or 300,000 people around the world who will participate in this year. If all of them buy the book, it's a done deal in terms of it's already worth their time in terms of doing it. But what they are doing is they make the courses available. You get into groups, and you do your papers. They get graded exactly the same way as they do for their class, which is 200 people participate in that class in an auditorium in California. It gets graded the same way, but at the end of the process, you get a certificate and a completion and a grade exactly on the same scale as the students do. The only difference is that your piece of paper is not accredited and is not recognized by Stanford University, but it still has the same grade.
And what's interesting now is that if you, as a student in India or in Florida, accumulate enough of these little pieces of paper, there will be some university somewhere that will look at all those little pieces of paper and grant you a degree based on...
Bingo.
It's sort of like taking a CLEP test or the advanced placement test.
Right.
Obviously, there'll be some accrediting agency that'll be emerging and working with these professors, because the professors only have the flow as long as they've got people seeing value in taking their course, not out of some intellectual enjoyment, but it's actually part of some program that they're pulling together. Perhaps not at one university.
There is the incredible chutzpah that I see in this year is these professors. Okay, anybody in the world who studies this year, okay, the course, is basically the students are pitting themselves against the abilities of anybody in the world, no matter what their age or level of sophistication in terms of Americanisms in there, again, for the same grade results. I mean, it retests and it puts the results objective of that course on a much higher level.
And it puts a new swing on online education because distance learning is defined as something that an institution offers. It's almost like free agency in basketball or sports. They become this third force that comes outside. There's the institution and there's the student. And then these teachers are saying, well, you don't need the institution. You can come directly to me.
Well, that's right. And so there will be a lot of politicking where people are going to say, oh, you can't do it, blah, blah, blah. But the fact is that here is a university that's already doing it. The European universities will pick up on this very quickly, and all of a sudden you'll have accredited degrees. But what's more interesting is the cost of education won't be the $50,000 that I've been paying for every child per year. It's going to drop down to really the ability of the child to do this and only the cost of my books.
$150, and maybe there'll be a $50 administrative fee.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Who cares?
Right.
It's irrelevant anymore. It's irrelevant, and but very, very powerful.
Now, you found this on YouTube, or what's the URL I'd go to?
No, I read it in an article, and then I signed up on it.
Okay, well,
I have those links.
All right, I'll look for them.
You.
Great. Well, you've given the ITDE department at Nova University much to consider. That's instructional technology and distance education.